Hey everybody, welcome to my third season, my third episode of Alex's Alien Awakenings. Today we are going to talk about the power of the imagination, well, the importance of creativity and using our imaginations, and how it has been neglected, and how we need to use it more. So I just wrote a song called "We Live in a UFO," and I released it recently. And it's a weird concept about we how we're kind of all being controlled by this alien force. But then we're also doing the same thing. So it's like we're aliens, but then they're also aliens because we're trying to fit in as humans. So we're like aliens, but then
Could you get into more who the aliens are or what it is that you mean by we are aliens? So lower the mic a little bit so it's not in your face. Yeah, perfect.
say that again.
Could you get more into like what the significance of the UFO is and who the aliens are or why are we aliens? Just to like
Yeah,
basically
yeah.
describe a little more of what that analogy is.
So we are people in this society who I see myself as an alien trying to relate to other people here in this world. Um, and then there are also aliens that we imagine and see in outer space that we have conventionally labeled and pictured as these green, weird creatures. Um, Somehow, we're all on this journey trying to find a connection where we are all at odds with everything, and that's a phenomenon that I've sort of am imagining myself.
Mm-hmm. So now let's get a little bit more into the inspiration side of things today, since that's the topic of today. So you mentioned David Bowie. So I want to hear, you know, let's start with where you got into music and the influential people in music that have urged you to get into things and get the mindset that you do.
When I started playing piano, um, I had a passion for a song called "For Elise" by Beethoven, which I'm sure most of you probably know, and I just really loved the melody. It was actually I think I heard these songs when I was a kid, and they're still so important for me today because there were so many images and pictures, memories that established my own true existence and joy and bliss in this world. So For Elise was the first tune that I learned. I guess I don't know why I liked it when I did. I guess probably because I don't know, but I learned the tune, and then I got into Tom Petty, and then I got into Bob Dylan, then Neil Young later. Well, actually, my first like rock inspiration was Guns N' Roses slash Axl Rose. I just felt like I think I was about 16 years old when, or maybe a little bit younger, when I went to Scotty's record store and I got my first I actually purchased my first CD, and it was Guns N' Roses Greatest Hits CD, and I just remember feeling so much like power and excitement to just be so young in this timeless life, really.
And what did that music mean to you?
So "Sweet Child of Mine" was a song, was that like first like rock banger that I really loved, and I was unaware of it at the time, but to me it was really sort of my escape from my bad behavior, if you want to say. I, uh, I used to misbehave a lot in school and life growing up, and it was electric guitar that slowly made me want to channel. I had no outlet, and I was going insane because of it. So I'm very blessed to have musical instruments, to be learning to understand how my voice works, and being able to understand how to make music and how to, you know, relive and actually imagine and feel and believe and experience those forbidden things in life without actually going there.
So now, that being said, let's stick on the topic of Guns N' Roses. Did Axl Rose or Slash ever inspire you individually as artists? And if so, how did they do that?
Absolutely.
Repeat the question.
So, Axl Rose slash Guns N' Roses, they've inspired me as an artist. One, actually, because they write incredible melodies, and I like their lyrics too. But really, I think more for like the power in the euphoria when I hear the sound of the solo on "Knocking on Heaven's Door." I just I just think about like how we're all touched by God, whether we realize it or not.
And can you get deeper into that?
Actually, yeah,
Yeah, I'd love to hear that.
right. So how are we touched by God? My friend John over there asks, I don't know if you can hear him, but he asks how we are touched by God. I think,
Through the song.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm going. So with the song, with "Knocking on Heaven's Door," I'll use that for an example. That solo just makes me feel like there's this great, mysterious, divine power that has to guide us to greatness. Wow, and I just this just reminded me of my song "Favorite Stars." I think subconsciously at the time I knew I was going to write that song because I think whether we realize it or not as people, we all want to make something for others. We're all nurturing people. I love to believe that in my world of goodness that we're nurturing people, so we nurture ourselves to nurture other people so they can nurture us. Um, 1 second, I thought y'all thought something happened where there with the connection, but we're technology. I'm also streaming this on my on my TikTok. Yeah.
So, if you want to correct the mic a little bit, by the way, yeah, that's perfect. Um, but yeah, so I mean, divine influence is through song. You know, do you feel? Have you ever had a sensation where you've written a song, but you feel as if you were not the one who wrote the song, that it just came to you?
Yeah.
And
I so
say the question so that the audience hears it, so that they understand what it is you're talking about with this.
so many times I've there've been many times where a piece of music, a song or whatever, comes to me like so fast, or even a thought too.
Like naturally, right?
It's like, shit, where did that come from? Like, how did it just
It wasn't from you.
an alien?
It was there.
That's why.
Yeah.
So, so he asked about these like inspirations that feel like they came out of nowhere. That is reason for this podcast, Alex's Alien Awakenings.
Okay, cool. Would you like to get into some other artists that have inspired you, certain songs that they've written?
I'd love to get into more
Cool.
of my favorite artists.
So who's next?
So, very, very recently, I've always been a fan of David Bowie, but I didn't want to like cry when he passed away, like a lot of people did. I mean, I was always like moved in some way by his music, but it's very recently now I feel an obsession and wanting to understand why. And I want to, well, actually, I want to like craft my artistry similarly to the way he does. Well, actually, I do know why. Trying to think of how to say this. I feel like, David Bowie, the Ziggy Stardust, he crafted his own alien because he felt like he was from somewhere else, and he felt like in somebody who did not fit the human condition. And I feel that way too.
Is there a song that he wrote that inspired you to think that way?
I think Moon Age Daydream, Changes are those are two classic songs that just make me I love where he's like make me jump into the air, make me feel like I care. I That's not it, but it's something like that. It's like, what if you could do these like forbidden things? And like I think we all like need to in some way, that it's just the way the human condition is, and we haven't fully realized it. We are all forbidden people in a forbidden world. I think I'm writing a song.
Yeah.
I think I'm having an alien awakening right now.
It's a good thing that we have this recorded. Sometimes, like, you didn't.
I'm laughing right now because I also thought of that song. I'm a Barbie girl.
Look, inspiration comes. This is a perfect example of how the song. You didn't write the song; it came to you.
It was an alien.
It was an alien. You know.
See, I'm just like trying to understand where my thoughts come from.
Sometimes
And
it just appears, just now. Get more into it. What's on your mind?
I, I feel like I have so many things on my mind right now that I can't fully say them. I can't like. They're like everywhere.
Listen, this is that's the beauty of music. Not everything can be explained. It just happens.
It just happens.
And the things that we don't understand could be aliens.
Exactly.
So, okay. Well, you have any more artists that you would like to talk about, and people who have inspired you? Any songs specifically that may have gotten you to this mindset?
Well, actually, I want to keep talking about David Bowie because he's a huge passion of mine. I love the imagery. He creates his own. What I love about David Bowie is he is so offbeat and so out there. And he uses that. He's so good at channeling it. It's like, that's what I want to be doing. Like, how do I channel my wacky, forbidden concepts or whatever into a piece of music? And how do I really sell that shit? I don't know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. I love how he, like, in Moon Age Daydream, he, like, talks about being an alligator or a space invader. I love the idea. It's funny, a lot of people actually, over the years, have compared my music to David Bowie, who like my music. And, I'm not gonna lie, I've taken a, sense of, joy in that, because I do like Like Bowie. Well, I mean, I've always liked Bowie. Now I love Bowie as an just amazing, accomplished artist. And see, I feel like I have so many. I feel like there's so many aliens on my mind right now
Well, pick
that I
try to find the one that's relevant. You think is there one?
they're everywhere.
They're everywhere. They're in the walls.
They well, actually, aliens in the walls. I that might be a song. Maybe like another. And maybe there's a. So actually, I'm gonna bring in my friend John right here. John, remember?
Yes. You want me to say something on the mic or something, or?
Yeah, yeah. But like, remember we were just in the
Mhm.
getting pizza and chicken parm,
Mhm.
and a guy came in looking for a home, and he was talking about. We were talking about cockroaches.
Yeah.
I think there's some weird interconnected con, inter interconnective connection between.
That's very possible. Or he could also just have infestation. Um, I think the world works in an interesting way, and sometimes it sends signs that you may or may not understand at the time. That dude could have been just some crazy dude. He could have been an alien spy for all we knew. Or he could have just been the catalyst of a thought that turned into something much more creative. You know,
Yeah.
for us, as all you know, you could have written a song based off of the cockroaches or whatever it was he was talking about, and because of that interaction, because of the energy that was put into that interaction, it grew into something much more creative and explosive.
I this is actually so helpful to uh to hear this because I really like I feel like I have two sides. There's my obsessive nature that wants to know the absolute certainty and literal definition of everything, why, how it is, so that I can feel like a sense of safety and comfort. But then what you just said there is like,
Can I jump on the mic and just reiterate it so that?
yeah, yeah. It's my friend John.
Hello. So I'm the producer in the back. Essentially, we were at the pizzeria just now, and what happened was some guy was there talking about getting an apartment nearby, and it got to a point where he was low key kind of rambling,
Yeah.
But essentially, the idea is it wasn't what he was talking about that was kind of like, because it was rambling. It was more so the thought, the idea, the energy that was put into the conversation, that we are now putting more energy out from that interaction that could potentially be something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, who knows? But that's potentially something that could have happened. But I think.
I'm going to add to that and say that, like at first there was, I feel like a million personalities right now. 1,000. Or, no, maybe a million. I feel like, John, do you ever, do you or anybody there? Does anyone on TikTok or YouTube or MySpace or whatever?
It sounds like you have a very hefty case of ADHD sometimes.
Oh,
So,
yeah.
all right, I'm gonna head back to behind the computer, but I'd like to hear more about that. Maybe it's the aliens as well.
Yeah, maybe.
But yeah.
Well, I'm going to go back to one of these personalities. So there was,
And we have many to choose from.
well, actually two, but first one, first personality I can recall, first alien or whatever, was me having a judgmental thought, as we all do. So when that dude in the shop kept going on, like he's going on and on and on and on, and I was like, I mean, are we gonna? Do you realize you're just like talking your brain off? It was like kind of that sort of thing. Did you feel that way too a little bit?
Yeah, he was like a little bit. Who knows who it was his issue was. he was talking a lot.
In part of like why my I'm actually gonna sidetrack just a little bit and talk about my like creative journey as an artist and the work I'm doing right now is trying to become less timid so I don't hold these things in and so that I can channel them and craft them into my songs, my performances. So where I'm going with this is I am overcoming my feelings about my feelings. And there's a part of me that would feel bad like why are you so judgmental thinking that thing? And then it's like but then at the end of the day, it's okay. We're all human. Yeah.
It's another reason why it's good to put your thoughts out on the podcast.
Yeah.
The more we're doing this, the more it's easier for you to talk, put out the message. The message becomes more coherent because you're starting to learn and grow into how to actually put that message out.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
I do hope the dude finds a safe home for himself.
yeah, without cockroaches. Or yeah. But yeah, that's awesome.
um Hey y'all. See you all on my TikTok right there. Thank you all for attending. Thank you all for listening to my weird rambling. Um what else is there to there's so much.
Let's get back into inspiration because that is the theme of today. Do you want to continue on Bowie, or is there somebody else that you can kind of dive into?
I want to keep talking about Bowie. I have so many things I
blurt it all out.
don't know how to get them all out. I'm trying to do it. Is my mic picking up?
Your mic is amazing right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So when I watched Moon Age Daydream about a month ago, and that is when I was like, yep, this is my life purpose right here to, in my own way, to be a crazy person, a forbidden person in my art form and keep it strictly there and not into real life.
Andrew Wraith commented, "You look like Bowie," by the way.
That's my good friend.
Yeah, I remember.
Thanks, Andy.
Get more into that though. What else do you mean by, what else has it affected? How has it really?
Actually, I'm gonna admit to almost doing something very forbidden, and I think actually a good alien force stopped me. And well, he didn't stop me. Somehow, the divine led me away from bringing myself to ruins and channeling it. I think that was around the time where I was beginning to like discover my artistry. Just beginning to. I almost threw a chair off a balcony. And I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just wanted to I just love the sound. There's something so
It was just like a chaotic kid moment.
there's something so, I still want to do it, but I have it under control.
Yeah.
I still want to light everything here on fire, but you guys have nothing to worry about. We are experiencing a technical difficulty here. Be right back. All right. Well, should we just go without video for till it works?
See. Let me try and fix this.
Hey, on TikTok,
They hear you on the
Bear.
actual stream, so you can talk to them. Just want to fix this up real quick. All right, here we go. So what are you doing right now?
Having a delicious chicken parm right now.
Yeah, from the
'Cause
pizzeria.
fuck it, I'm doing the podcast.
So we had if you want to explain to them, we had some technical difficulties.
Yeah, some technical. Actually, we there was a Verizon outage a few weeks ago, and it might be somewhat related. I think it might actually translate to a like low key alien abduction. They might be like probing their frequencies into the machinery with their telepathic weird green brains. I'm so glad I said that because I might write a song about that. What do y'all think? Do you like those as lyrics? What do you think, John?
Dude, even if it's the stupidest fucking idea, fucking do it anyways, because, like, you know...
See, this is what society needs. This is why people have behavioral issues.
You know, all it is that one person who just watches the stream and then goes on TikTok and be like, look at this weird fucking dude I found on streaming on...
I think if I subconsciously didn't know I was going to be doing this, I probably would have thrown the chair off the balcony.
Well, maybe not, because that could have... that's kind of dangerous. Let's get into that. Do you think that that's just the childish, destructive nature of a young boy that was just trying to get you to do that?
There's a feeling. There's a feeling you get. You know, like Brahms, Beethoven.
Yes.
You know, when you play like a chord and it's like bam, it's like a fortissimo. So you get that. Everybody, whether we realize it or not, we all need to experience some form of explosiveness. And the explosiveness, everybody has their own unique way of exploding. But it wasn't like, and I'm not talking about anger necessarily.
Yours
Well,
was throwing chairs off of balconies.
It was actually, I just wanted to hear the sound. I just wanted to hear it explode when it hit the pavement. Something so, like, satisfying about that. Zero interest in harm. Zero. I just really wanted to see and hear the chair break and fall into a million pieces.
Dude, you know, I know you, and I know you're not like crazy like that, but you know, a random passerby is just gonna like listen in and be like, "What the fuck am I listening to?"
Well, so Bowie was
Back
like,
to Bowie.
Bowie is like seducing girls with guns.
Whoa. Okay. You know, we all have our, you know, yeah, stick to the chairs and shit. So.
Yeah. Don't worry, I don't do that shit anymore.
Yeah, good. Fucking awesome. Anyways, back to our scheduled programming. As you're eating your chicken parm on stream.
Delicious.
Great.
I'm gonna take my shoes off, my boots.
Why not? Let's see, people are just commenting. Nice. So, what's next on the...
So then I went to jail.
So, Andrew is asking, he
Oh, Andrew. So my original YouTube channel. So this is funny. This is really funny actually, because I had this when I started YouTube. I was the king of New Jersey. I called it that.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny. I recall my headspace 10, 15 years ago being so much significantly self-aware of like why I desire to do the things I do. And I realize at the time when I called myself King of New Jersey on YouTube, when I made that name, it just felt so grandiose. And because I am also a recovered pyro,
Nice.
and I loved, I actually, because I'm a recovered pyro, at the time I wasn't, I was still, hadn't even gone to my pyro AA meeting. That's not even a thing, but I think you'll get what I'm saying. So I made this video called, it was called De Bomb Explosion. Because I wanted to like sound kind of like Spanish, because I don't know, I thought that would be kind of fun. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna make a video. I'm gonna call it the bomb explosion. The bomb explosion. Now I feel you have to do it.
So what was the video about?
Now I'm gonna have to, because I can't just explain the video
Mm-hmm.
without doing it, because it's boring.
Is the video still out there?
No, I not anymore, because I got rid of that channel. But
I see.
so, can I stand up and
Is it
with
gonna
the mic?
is it gonna destroy anything?
No, you're gonna have to move the camera for a second. I'm gonna have to
Oh.
hold the mic up, and I'm gonna just make a noise.
Why don't we make a video?
Nothing will break.
No, I'm just saying because it's then we might. I don't want to rearrange the whole set.
Yeah, yeah.
We could do a video specific for that though, if you want to do that.
Let's do it.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll. You know what? In fact, we'll make a video of you doing that particularly just to post it on this new channel. Because why the fuck not? You know.
I said so much shit right now.
Oh fuck.
Just so you all know, I just like I just want to be serious and clear with everyone here. I have absolutely no desire to like do any of those things today.
Just
Well,
reminiscing on your past chaos
I had to go back to the past
to move forward in the future.
to move forward in the future. That's another song.
That is
I feel like there's a million
good quote.
songs like that. Do you know any?
Not off the top of my head.
Now I feel like we've gone from David Bowie to Tom Petty, because I think he would write a song like that.
Well, what about you?
I would too. Well, so Tom Petty, still like one of my diehard fans.
You mean you're one of his diehard fans?
Yeah, that's what I mean. He just like makes fun of himself for being like kind of like he knows he's an obsessive, like he knew he was an obsessive maniac when he would talk about how much he tried to emulate Elvis Presley. And I know I've been an obsessive maniac. Well, I still am. Making my friend Andrew, actually, who chimed in. If you're still there, Andrew, I remember you saw my photo booth on an old computer of mine. This is years ago, and I remember you chuckled when you saw I had about 100 videos of my voice memos, or not voice memos, but in my photo booth library, there are like hundreds of videos of me like singing the same scale. Because when I really want to do something or accomplish something, I can't let go of it.
You just gotta get it done.
I just have to keep going. Once the train starts chugging along, it just keeps going. Once the engine starts, it doesn't stop.
I mean, look, since you've been coming here, look how much you've gotten done. How many stuff,
Yeah.
the songs are getting released. The podcast is going. I love the progression from the first episode to the third episode. And it's just gonna, because like I'm barely helping you. You're doing this all on your own, pretty much. Sure, sometimes it's some whack shit, but that's what's gonna get the clicks and stuff like that. But this is just how it goes.
Now this is actually helping me understand my artistry even more.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm remembering the stuff that I want to talk about. I love to add just like a hint of like humor and absurdity to my lyrics while still keeping them kind of like more so instrumentally, but also somewhat lyrically like true to like the essence of like folk rock. Or I mean, what do you think from listening to my music? Because I'm trying to.
Yeah, it's the world has especially nowadays, is in such a tense place. I think of it like when you're watching a comedy show. Like for instance, Shane Gillis. He made a joke about seeing the George Washington's museum. So the whole time he's like seeing all this great thing or this serious storytelling museum, and then at the end it shows his dentures, and he's like, "The fuck was that?" Like, you show me all this crazy stuff, and at the end you just say, "Hey, you want to see some weird ass shit?" And that's the last thing they see. It's like, be the shock.
We're all like fucking. Excuse my language. We're all just like. I hate it. We're also like ripped up in our own bodies. Yeah. It makes
like,
me.
You want to be the wrench that just got thrown at someone and be like, "What the fuck was that?"
Like, part of me feels like I should be allowed to go around. I mean, I obviously should not be allowed to throw chairs off balconies, but I should be. I want to feel comfortable just going around casually talking about how much fun it is to throw chairs off balconies, even though I'm not going to do it.
Yeah. I mean, maybe you can find a safe place to throw a chair in a safe manner that's not going to hurt anybody. I don't see the issue in that. To get out your rage or whatever it is you feel.
Well, actually, it's not even...
Is it like curiosity?
It's like... Yeah, but it's something even more. It's like... It's very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's the thrill.
It's like I can make this thing. That is a bomb explosion video.
We're gonna make one.
I feel like I shouldn't be talking about bombs today.
Yeah, I mean.
Sorry, no. I actually. Oh fuck! I feel.
You're good, dude. Bombs are okay. Explosions are cool.
No, it's not cool.
No.
What's happening to?
What are you talking about?
No, humanity.
Okay, fair enough. But like, I'm just saying, like, we're not talking about that stuff. Let's not get into this dark spot.
Yay.
Yay.
No, yeah.
Dude, I gotta get a mic for next time. This is gonna be so much fun. Cool though. All right. Well, you want to keep going? You want to have any? What are your thoughts? We're at 45-minute mark right now. Actually, we're a little bit past that, but it's.
I hope I'm not freaking any of you up.
Dude, I think this is what the world needs right now. Just rambling until something funny is said, or.
I literally mean no harm. I will never like harmony one.
This is the pent up emotions, excitements. I guess you know what I mean.
We all need to experience, whether it be, actually experiencing, or whether it be feeling the feelings
Mm-hmm.
of those of chaos. That's what it really is. That's what David Bowie like talked about
Fix the mic.
in that's what David Bowie talked about in his in a documentary. He just loved chaos. Just so I just think it's so fucking awesome. Like I think it's just so awesome that you could actually look at a house and see it explode or
Mm-hmm.
like burn down like fire. Like it's just this thing like,
Anarchy.
well, actually, I'm not it's not even anarchy.
Mm-hmm.
I think what it really is it's like holy shit. We have this power. It's so powerful.
Mankind created a nuclear bomb.
There's a whole book about Hiroshima or what is that alien book? Shit, what's it called?
I have no idea.
I'm just trying to remember. Um, the guy's super. He's like super famous, or not. He's an author, but it'll come to me.
Who knows?
Who knows? So I'm just trying to think about literally. It's kind of funny to say this because I'm like challenging myself to think about my own creative vision while people are like watching me think and listen to my verbal diarrhea. And it's actually it's making me think.
Mm-hmm. Don't hurt
But
yourself.
I just thought of a crazy concept. What if somebody can you imagine this? Can any of you imagine the song concept here? Somebody thinks hard enough to make their head explode. But how would that translate into a piece of music? And how would people consume that?
You gotta sit on that and figure that out. I guess you know. Let the song come to you. So, but who knows?
I'm gonna have more chicken parm.
Think we're good, or you wanna keep going?
What time do we have?
We're almost at seven. We're 7:47 right now.
No. Let's go to 8.
Good eight.
Yeah.
Very cool. So as you eat, what thoughts are you thinking?
Hmm. Literally, like about my songs. One of my ambitions, one of my goals is to recreate, I think, my own, like, what I like to do kind of a little bit is slightly exaggerate the, like, quirkiness of my favorite artists, like, and add a little bit of, like, humor to it. I wrote a song about a plate of oysters, and oysters are, like, they're like gems, like, beauty of life to me. But really, the song is equally as literally about oysters as it is metaphorically. I literally say that every time I perform the song. And I have this lyric. It's okay to float away like an astronaut in space. And like there's a spaceship, you can take it far away, jump off it, and float away. I think we're afraid to go to these places. I mean, well, not just that. Actually, what I would say with somebody like David Bowie or Tom Petty, it's like they would write, I think, a lyric like that, but it wouldn't be as what's the word, obscure. No, I think there's a better. You get what I'm saying?
I know what you mean.
So I'm trying to. So Space Oddity. I'm trying to write a song. The concept is about like I don't know why, but I really want to write a song about like people going on a journey into outer space and they're eating spaghetti in
It's like the spaghetti monster.
spaghetti in a flying saucer,
Mm-hmm.
like an alien flying saucer. Like I love the idea of combining literal as I'm eating sauce right now right here, like the sauce right here.
Is this
You like sauce? So like we're going into a saucer with aliens eating spaghetti. I that just feels so. I've literally always felt like my life mission is to find the words I'm trying to say. Somehow I never will, but maybe I've just learned that, and maybe I've just begun to accept that. Maybe it's time to call it a night.
you good?
Yeah.
So, let's see. What are your last thoughts as you're eating? And then we'll wrap this up.
I love the concept of micro textures because they make great music, and they're they're not just micro textures in gourmet meals. They're also micro textures in like $5 pasta at your local pizzeria. I think they're micro textures in well, I'll let you all figure the rest of that. You know where I'm going with that.
Yeah. All right.
Good night, y'all. Thank you.